Donna Moss. She's an interior designer and star on the HGTV show Donna Decorates Dallas. Good morning, Donna. How are you?
Good morning and Happy New Year, Rich.
And Happy New Year to you. For those who aren't familiar with Donna Decorates Dallas, tell us about your show.
Well, I'm an interior designer in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and so the show kind of follows me around to different homes that we design and decorate through the Dallas-Fort Worth area. My daughters and I, we all do it together, and it's a wild and crazy time, but we have lots of fun.
and for some folks, it's definitely a wild and crazy time, this being New Year's Eve day. Looking forward to tonight, ringing in the new year 2014. Now, Donna, if I wanted to throw a New Year's Eve party at my house, what kind of tips would you have for me?
Well, you are talking to the Queen of Bling, so it would have to be all about the glitz and glamour. But you know what? You can throw a party tonight that's full of sparkle without spending a whole lot of money, and that's what's so great about New Year's Eve, because usually you start, planning the New Year's Eve party on New Year's Eve. People don't, go weeks of planning because you've got Christmas and Thanksgiving and everything. So the things that would be very important, I think, for tonight is the champagne flute, right? Because everybody's going to have that toast at midnight. So you have to run out to your local craft store and get two things. You have to get some glass glitter paint, and you also have to get some edible glitter. And those two things will add so much sparkle to your party, because you're gonna paint your champagne flute that you have at home. You're not going to buy new. You can put this beautiful glitter. So tonight, when everyone is toasting, it's just going to sparkle. And then you're going to take the edible glitter, and you're just going to run out and buy some simple cupcakes with, of course, some sparklers, and sprinkle that edible glitter on cupcakes, on marshmallows. You can make marshmallow kebabs, and it glows and it glitters, and it's so pretty and so festive for a party.
And there may be some listeners out there saying, I'd love to throw a party, but I don't want to do all this work. I don't want to decorate it. And as you mentioned before about buying food and drinks, I spent all my money on Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
What would you tell those people?
Go out and buy some balloons. Balloons cost like 10 cents each, and fill them with confetti. Fill them up with helium if you want. You can buy a $30 container of helium at Walmart for like $30. Or if you're full of hot air, you can blow them up yourself. But just so at midnight, you're popping balloons, you're popping the champagne cork. So you're having a fun time, but you're not spending a lot of money. You can take those Christmas ornaments, just silver and gold balls, and put them in bowls for that festive look around your tabletop. And as far as, food, don't spend a lot of money. Use some of your leftovers. Go on some of those great websites like lazyhostess.com, and you can find quick, easy ways to turn those leftovers into great appetizers that are delicious. And then just don't have a full bar. Just offer a signature drink. And one of my favorites is from the 1957 movie, An Affair to Remember, Cary Grant, Deborah Kerr. It's just a champagne cocktail, and all you do is put a little bit of sugar, a cube of sugar at the bottom of the champagne flute, some cognac, and some champagne, and it's fabulous. It's like glamour in a glass. It's a great addition to your party.
Yeah, obviously, when it comes to food and drinks, at least when it comes to drinks, many people, in regards to New Year's Eve, they think champagne. I have that same mindset. But as far as food items, like you mentioned leftovers. What are some popular food items on a holiday like this?
Well, of course, finger foods are great, because you don't want to have a full-on meal. It's too expensive. So any kind of, the crostinis, which is, just little slices of French bread, and, add it, if you have some turkey left over, mix it with some Dijon mustard and some mayonnaise, and, spread it on top of the crostini, and it's fabulous. It just, it's a great way to use up all that leftover stuff so you don't carry it into the new year. But, just any kind of, with your glitter, edible glitter, you're going to make these kebabs that are fun and fresh and unique. And, it's just, it's more about spending time with your friends, not just eating, having, some games. You can go on NewYear'sPlayingCards.com and find some fun games that you can do with your guests, because you're going to want your decor beautiful. You're going to want a little bit of food, a little bit of drinks, and having a little bit of fun with your friends. Make it memorable. You don't have to spend a lot.
And when it comes to New Year's, and before I let you go, Donna, one final question. When it comes to New Year's, it's all about fun and getting together with all your friends. But at the same time, there is a little bit of responsibility that people need to keep in mind, especially when it comes to alcohol. What would you say to party goers, when it comes to things like controlling your drinking and especially trying to avoid drinking and driving?
Well, you definitely want to have phone numbers handy of the taxi cab companies and have plenty of coffee on hand for after, that midnight toast. And maybe, send your guest with a little snack pack on their way home so they can, make sure they've got food in their system because, you don't want them out there, drinking and driving tonight because it's kind of dangerous. But, just be responsible, like you said, and make sure there's food and coffee. And, definitely phone numbers for taxis. And if you see that you've got a guest that's a little too drunk, don't be afraid to take away their keys and offer them a ride home. Tonight's about being safe and starting the new year right.
Yep, absolutely. Couldn't agree more with that. Donna Moss, an interior designer and star on the HGTV show Donna Decorates Dallas. Donna, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Happy New Year.
You're welcome, and Happy New Year to you too, Rich.